this cloudy day in Florida. So this morning, first welcome. This is Beth Goldstein, heartspathhealing.com, and I have a couple of announcements before we start. One is that my friend Stefan at Outermost Yoga, where I'll be teaching this summer, hopefully, is going to be starting some Facebook Live videos for you all, which I'll be participating in, and all the teachers are amazing, and I highly recommend you getting on our Facebook page, Outermost Yoga in Provincetown. And today I'm at the beach, as you know, but I know you're probably home and could get some props. So I am not at my home, and I do not have my blocks and straps. So today I'm using, as a block, Webster's dictionary, which I found in the place I'm staying. So you could have a book, that was the point, or this is a great read, which could, since you might be inside for a while. So that's my block today, or I'm gonna pile up some sand. I also want to mention, for those of you who've taken yoga with me before, you know I'm a big proponent of 2 tennis balls and a sock. So this is just, I'm not going to do this today because I know you don't have it at your fingertips, but so helpful for rolling around for your shoulders, your hips, your lower back, back of your head. Anytime you're in stress or your body's feeling tense, 2 tennis balls and a sock. It'll be your best friend forever. And I don't have a strap today, but I have, actually, this is also my, you can see, I can use this for that, as a mask. So it can, your strap, my strap can be a mask, or it can be a strap. So if you don't have a strap at home, then go get yourself a scarf, which everybody has, especially those of you in the Northeast. So I'm giving you a moment to get your things together, and let's take a moment and we'll get started. It's a little cloudy today, which I'm somewhat grateful for. So let's just come into your present moment, your breath. You've turned this on, so you already have the first step, which is a willingness to be on your mat today. And for me, a mat, or a practice, is the practice of many things: embracing, letting go, being with the breath, really being with the breath in the present moment, and being with movement and the breath in the present moment. Taking the time to align your left to right, your front to back, your top to bottom, your mind, your heart, and your body. So let's take a moment to do that. Tucking your chin. I like to envision an imaginary wall behind you. So do that. Just imagine that your shoulders and the back of your head are pushing against this imaginary wall, so that your spine starts to elongate, creating space between each vertebra. And as you inhale, expand your belly. Keep the inhale going, lift the breath up into your chest. Fill your chest and your shoulder blades with as much breath as you can, and then add some more. And then long breath out through your mouth if you want, or through your nose. Keeping that imaginary wall behind you. Keep the breath going, and let's just hold here for a couple minutes. Consider what you'd like to intend for your practice today, and breathe that in. You can also breathe in the sound of the gentle ocean waves going in and out, the sound of the birds around you. next inhale, bring your arms nice and wide, push your shoulder blades together, and then reach for the sky, do a little back bend. And drop your left hand down and just bend that elbow, lean over as you exhale, and just keep that going a little bit. Little morning wake up call. All right, reach for the sky, do a little back bend. And bring your hands behind your head, lift up your chin, and open up your elbows. And as you exhale, round and tuck. So it's as if we're doing a cat-cow with our legs crossed. Inhale, arch. Exhale, elbows together, tuck your chin. Inhale, come up. Tuck your chin, remember that imaginary wall, and take your fingers. I woke up with a little crick in my neck this morning, so I'm projecting onto you that you could use a little neck work. So take your hands, touch your spine, and then bring your hands a little out so that you feel that ropey area of your neck right next to your spine, about C2, just below where your hairline is. And find a couple sore spots there and push in, so you're pushing in towards your spine, and open up your elbows as you bring your chin up. And then exhale, come back to forward. So you're using your head as a little lever to massage your neck. And notice if you might be feeling some referred pain from those neck muscles. Come back up, push in, lift your chin, hold for a breath. And then keep pushing in as you look a little, I'm pushing a little more into your right, but push more in with your left hand. And push more in with your right hand. And then come back to center. Slowly bring your fingers out so that it's subtle. And then look over to your right as you drop that left shoulder, and just take your fingertips on your cheek and push and take a breath. Come the other way and push. Great. And grab your, I think I've given you enough time now to grab your scarf or your strap if you have one, if you're used to doing yoga. And bring your arms forward. So you're not pulling too hard so you don't hurt your hands, but bring your arms shoulder width apart and lift up. And then bend your elbows. Bring that scarf or your whatever, your strap right behind your neck and look up. And then come back and reach up and bring your arms forward and tuck. And then lift, come down. Exhale, inhale up, exhale forward. Nice, doesn't that feel good? I'm just talking to myself here. Sometimes I forget you're there. All right, take your left hand down so it's almost to the ground, not quite touching, and then pull your arms apart slightly and bring that left arm back behind you so you get a little stretch in your shoulders. Another breath. Then both arms up and switch. So you're not quite to the ground. Get that left arm up so it's right above your head, and then pull your right arm back behind you. Nice. And then both arms up. You're going to pull, just keep your arms sort of apart but not too tight, and see if you can bring your arms back behind you. And then if you can come all the way down, do that, if it doesn't hurt your shoulder. Then come back. Now this time pull them apart so you're getting some strengthening in your shoulders. And then up and forward and up and back. It's like a little wave here. And relax. release the strap for now. We will come back to it. Clasp your hands together, bring your arms up, and then forward, same movement. Exhale, and inhale up, and back to the back of your head. And inhale up and forward. Pull the shoulders apart, and then lift, and slowly come down. It's a nice little wake-up call. Bring your hands onto your knees. Bend your elbows as you drop your head down and rock a little side to side. All right, you're going to take your right leg over to the side and your left's on the ground to the side. Now, if that's hard on your knees or ankles, you can just straighten out that bottom leg. Okay, so we're going to just do a little twist into some hip opener. So you're going to hug your right knee in with your left elbow. I am mirroring. Sit up nice and tall, and then swing your right hand back behind you. If you want to make this a little more intense, take your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Sit up tall. Feel the twist in your lower back. And that shoulder. And come back to center. And we're just going to take that right leg and put your ankle on your thigh. You're sort of stacking your legs, but it sort of depends on your knees here to get your hips. And then just drop forward a little bit. Oh, I don't know about you, but I certainly feel that hip opener. And again, if that's too much, you can take your bottom leg and bring it forward. Okay, come a little forward and breathe into that right hip. Drop your forehead. So let each breath be a letting go, dropping down a little more. Each inhale. Taking in that intention that you created beginning of the practice. All right, come all the way up. Oh, that was sort of, woo! All right, let's try the other side. So to begin, you're going to bring that left leg over to the side. Your foot's on the ground. Hug in with your right. Bring your left over. Sit up nice and tall. And option 2, take your elbow to the outside of your thigh. Check in with that lower back, see what's going on, and your hip. All right, come back to center. And once again, we're gonna, you can tell on this knee I've had surgery, so I'm gonna take, you might have your block or your book, and I'm gonna place it right there. There we go. So if you need to, you can take that bottom leg forward, and then we're going to come forward. Notice how this hip feels compared to the other. Each exhale, see if you can drop down a little more and just breathe into that left hip. One more. Slowly come up. That was a nice wake up for your hips this morning. We will come back to the book, the dictionary. Okay, bring your hands back behind you. Widen your feet as wide as your mat. Rock a little side to side. Get that heart up and your shoulders push back. I think you can see me a little better. There we go. Feet together and do it. All right. So bring your left leg out in front of you, and we're going to take your strap or your scarf or whatever you have. It could even be a sock, long sock, and place it just below the ball of your foot and straighten out that leg. So I'm going to come a little to the angle so you can see me. So only grab as far forward as it's comfortable. You might be way down here, or you could be up here. And breathe into the stretch in your hamstring. Here we go. So your right, my left, and your left leg is nice and grounded, and your quad is tight. So 3 more breaths. Drop your shoulders. Don't keep your hands too tight. All right, take the strap in your left hand. Bring your right hand over the side. We're going to pull that leg across your body. There we go. the more you flex your foot, so this gets your hip and your IT band. And the more you push your heel away, the more you flex your toes back, the deeper that stretch. And the higher you lift, the deeper the stretch. Bring it back to center. Grab the strap with your right hand. Bring your left hand to ground you and pull that leg across your body. See how far you want to go. Come back to center and watch what happens. This is actually cool magic. You can usually lift a little higher just because, and lift your hands a little further. All right, bend your knee. And you can use your hands. If you don't have a strap, just hold your hamstring, hold your calf. You can do the same thing, right? All right. That being said, bring your foot onto your thigh. Reach underneath. Bring that leg up towards you. So this is option 1. You've got your forearms under your calf. Option 2, you can rock your calf. Just do a little side to side rock. And lean forward. Drop your forehead down. Let everything go. In. Then keep your forearms underneath your thigh and bend your knee. We're getting some hip action today. And take 3 more breaths. Or remember, you can have it out to the side. That'll be less intense, and this is more intense. And the closer your foot is to your torso, the more intense it is. 1 more breath. All right, all the way down, and then lean forward and let everything go. Still got your hands, forearms underneath your leg. Come back up and bring both legs forward. Shake them out. Reach up. Clasp your hands. Shake out the sand. Lift up, lean forward. Nice flat back. Inhale up. Look up and exhale forward, flat back. Little hamstring work today. All right, slowly down. And we're going to do the other side. So I don't know if I have to move back a little bit. There we go. All right, take your, here we go. Here's the sun. Put your hat on. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but if you want to put a hat on, you can. All right, ground that, there we go. Ground your right. Take the strap or your scarf and straighten your leg. And as I said a minute ago, if you don't have a scarf or a strap, just straighten your leg, right? And reach as far forward as you can. There we go. Flex your toes, sit up tall, breathe into that hamstring and hip. And then grab the strap with your right hand, bring your left hand over to the side, sit up tall and pull that leg across. And up. Your right leg's grounding you. The quad is nice and tight. And then swing the other way. So you're going to take your left hand, right hand supports you as you come over to the side, flex your foot. See how low you want to go. I have this thing I like to do where I put the strap around the back of my neck. I don't know, it just feels like my neck's getting a little massage there. All right, come back to center and lift. Take this off now. One more breath. All right, come all the way down. And remove your strap. Bring your forearms underneath your calves. Flex that foot and come halfway down. Drop your forehead. Let everything go. And then come back up. And if you can still hold here, do it with your knee bent. If not, you can move your hands and just keep your knee bent. Or you can have your arms like this. 3 more breaths. Good. 1 more. The more you have that foot close to your torso, the deeper that stretch in your hip. And then straighten that leg and come all the way down. Let everything go. Sorry. Sand in my hair. All right, come back up. Grab your knee, just rock it a little bit. Hold your, there we go. And straighten that leg. And bring your legs just slightly out, not going out like this, just like maybe 2 feet out. And grab your feet or your calves, bend your elbows, and drop your forehead down as you rock a little side to side. And then bring your feet together. Woke everything up. Hold your feet. Take your elbows on your calves and drop down. Forehead towards your knee. See if you can touch your third eye with your big toes. And it could be in your imagination or it could be in reality. And slowly come up. Take your forearm onto your calf and take your right hand behind you. Push down on your calf. Oh yeah. Oh, I wonder if you all could hear the crack in my back. All right, come the other side. Ah. Nice. Keep your hands behind you. Clasp your hands together. Keep your feet where they are. And see if you can drop down so that your forehead comes down towards your feet as your arms come up. And then rock your shoulders side to side. So your right shoulder's down, left shoulder up. And other side. And come all the way down. Bring your hands back behind you. See if you can just open up your legs, your perineal floor as you bring your heart up. And then straighten out your legs, nice and wide, and bring your heart up. And arms forward. And come all the way down. Or as far down as you want. You can use your Webster's Dictionary or your block to bring onto your forehead. And remember that block goes in many directions. Flex your toes, take another breath. All right, come all the way up. Move your book away and bring your feet forward. A little cat-cow, breathe in and arch. Round and tuck. I'm at the ocean. We have to do a boat. It's just sort of part of the program, right? It's very calm. I don't know if you can hear the water. It's pretty mellow today. But you can hear the birds, I'm sure. All right. Out and out and straighten. I'm holding the back of my hamstrings. And option 2 is to clasp, right? Only if it doesn't hurt your back. Or option 3, you can combine your forearms. So let's take 3 breaths here. Reach for the sky and bring your legs together and bend. So your arms are forward. And then as you open, straighten, if that works for you and your lower back today. Row in our boat. Keep those forearms behind you if you need to. All right, take 3 breaths. And start to lower as you bring your arms up and keep your feet almost to the ground, not quite touching your legs. If you want to open them as wide as the mat, if you feel like your core is pretty strong, you can do that. Do not hurt your back. Back to center. 1 more breath. All the way down. Forward fold. Rock side to side. So I do mean what I say. Do what works for you. This might not work for your lower back, so please listen to it and reach up and slowly down. Let's try it again. So remember, option 2 on your forearms. Hold the back of your thighs. Let's do a little cat-cow before we start. Breathe in an arch, chin up, extend your arms at 10. Try it again. Okay, knees bend, legs out. Straighten them. So here's option 1. This is fine. Just stay here if you need to. Or bring your legs together and bend your knees to start. So we're going to lift up. This time we're going to come side to side. So come over to your right, and if you can get your legs lifted, do that. And if not, keep them bent. 3 more breaths. Another side. And come onto your forearms. Widen out your legs. Pull your tailbone up as you keep your right leg lifted. Drop your left leg almost to the ground, not quite touching. See if you can lift that tailbone. And then switch. Both legs up, bend your knees, come back to float, and lift. 3 more breaths. Reach for the sky, almost to the ground. Uh-oh. I can't see you. Wide if you want. Back together if you want. Hold for a breath. All the way down. Forward fold. All right, while you're forward folding, I'm gonna disrobe. Not all the way, don't worry. And get my hat on. There we go. I can see you. Stay in that forward fold. Drop your forehead. And bring your hands on either side. Slowly come up. Go back a little bit. There we go. Straighten out your legs and extend your toes. Push your shoulders together, hands behind you. See if you can lift into backward plank. 3 breaths. And come all the way down. All right. So we're going to come on to all fours. Little cat-cow, moving my stuff over. We'll come back to it. All right, in your cat-cow, so work your shoulders and your lower back, tucking your tailbone. All right, you're gonna bring your left leg back out behind you and swing it over to your left and hold it there. And next exhale, bring it down. And we're gonna come all the way up. Can't really see you, but I'm hoping you can see me. Okay, all the way up with your arms. And then take your left hand over to the side and lean over. Now take a big breath into the whole right side of your ribcage. Good, both arms up. And then drop your right hand down. And lift your leg up. So you're reaching to the sky and the earth, and your hand is right under your shoulder. Then bend your knee, grab your foot or your ankle, and push your foot into your hand into your foot as you open up, look up at the sky. Nice stretch for that hip flexor. All right, straighten, reach, take a breath. All the way down. This time clasp your hands together and glide over. And back up. Drop your hands down. Fix your shirt. Bring that leg back behind you. And this time we're gonna push your elbows into your body and drop your forehead almost to the ground, not quite touching, as you lift that leg up. And do a little circle around with your ankle. So you're getting a little tricep strengthening here and a lower back at the same time. And then straighten your arms, hold for a breath, and swing that leg over to the side so it's over to your right, and bend your elbows down. and straighten and back and down. And a cat-cow. Breathe in, arch. Round. Straighten out your back, flatten your back. Bring your right leg back and up. And over to the side with your toes facing forward. Arms are straight. And next exhale down. And come all the way up. Reach for the sky. A little back bend. And then down. Feel that rib cage, nice stretch opening. So if you're making more room for the breath, glide down. Take a big breath into that whole left side. Remember what you asked for? Bring it in. All right, drop your hand so it's in the same line as your knee. Fingers are facing forward. It's right, your hands under your shoulder, and then lift that. And arm up. Bend your knee, grab your foot. Push your foot against your hand against your foot. Open up your chest, open up your heart, look at the sky. Where I am. Beautiful. And straighten. And down. And clasp your hands. And over. And breathe. And slowly down. Bring that leg back behind you. Keep your back flat. Push your shoulder blades together. Push the elbows in and drop your forehead down. Almost to the floor, not quite touching. But if it's too hard, drop your head all the way down. Touch the floor, lift. Circle with your ankle. Straighten out your arms, look forward. And swing that leg back behind you so your toes are facing forward as you bend your elbows. Straighten your arms back to your all fours. And a little circle. One way, then the other. All right. Bring your right foot forward and your left to meet your right. Bend your knees and swing your hands all the way up and do a little back bend. Okay, it's a funky day today. Hat on, hat off. All right. So, take your block or your book. Let's get a little some more hip action. We've been doing quite a lot of hip action today. Bring your book right in front of you. Or a pile of sand if you're at the beach too. That would work. Little pile here. There we go. Okay. So bring your arms out, reach up, do a little back bend. Slowly bring your arms to the sides and come halfway down, and then come all the way down to forward fold. Bring your forehead towards you. Then my feet are just maybe 6 inches in front of my book, or my block, or my sand. And bend both knees. Take your right hand onto the block. Take your left hand onto your sacrum. So I can do it right onto the sand. And then if you can, bring your arm up, bring it up. I can't do that with my shoulder, but you get the general idea. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Straighten out your legs. See if you can keep your hand on there with your legs straight. And then switch hands. So your left's down. Now bend both knees. See if you can get your knees level. And right hand on your sacrum. And if you want to bring your arm up, do that. Do it on this side. So a nice little twist for your lower back here. And both hands onto the block or the book. And keep your legs straight as you bend your elbows. And just bend your right knee here. Whew. And then your left. And both knees. Swing your arms back behind you. And come all the way up. Do a little back bend. And then hands to your heart. Take a breath. All right, let's do, I think I need a sun salute. It's gone back in. So let's do that. Okay, moving my book away and your block. Coming up to the top of your mat. So I'm looking at you just to see if you can see me, but I think you can. All right. So get nice and grounded. Come up on your toes. See if you can push your big toe, little toe in. Arms out. Reach for the sky. Stay on your toes just to get a little balance here. Look at something stationary in front of you. Hold for another breath. And then drop your heels down so that you feel the force of the earth supporting your feet and your whole body. And then arms to the side, halfway down, all the way down. Hold your calves, look up, inhale. Exhale down, bend both knees. Spring your right foot back into your high lunge and take a breath. Drop your knee down, bring your arms out. Nice and gentle to begin with. Reach for the sky, nice wide open arms, and bend into your back bend and look up. And if you can't see this beautiful sky that I'm seeing, just imagine it, puffy clouds, little blue, sparkles of blue. Grab your upper arms and lean to your left. Get the inside of that hip. One more breath. Then drop your right hand onto your thigh, left arm up, and lift up. So again, you get a little balance here. Imagining that sky. Or seeing it. All right, hands on either side of your foot. Lift your knee back up. Come into plank, take 3 breaths. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Good, one more. And then lift right to downward dog. Remember that the wider your feet are, the less strain you have on your back. And push your shoulders together, soften your heart. Oh, I'm getting this wonderful image of the world upside down here. It's pretty beautiful. So close your eyes and see what you can imagine being true. All right, up on your toes, bend both knees. Spring your hips back. One more breath, and next exhale, right foot right between your hands. Bring your heart forward. Push your back heel away. Drop your knee down. Bring your arms out. Reach for the sky. A little back bend. Look up. Next exhale, grab your upper arms and lean to your right. Then left hand down, right arm up. Reach for the sky, down to the earth. Take another breath. Drop your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your knee back up. Take another breath and bring your left to meet your right. Bend your knees. Push your arms back behind you, and as if you could lift up the air. Push all the way up. Do a little back bend. Try that again. Push the air down as you bend. As you inhale, up. Pushing the air up. Now reach for the sky. Do a little back bend. Bend to your heart. Take a breath. Okay, one more time. Ground those feet. Come big toe, little toe. And then lift, arms out, and reach. Stay in your toes. Look at something stationary. See how grounded you can get in your balance. Drop your heels down. Feel the earth beneath your feet. And then allow your body to get heavier and more balanced, left to right. Arms to the side. Do a little circle with your wrists. And then lift your fingers up. And then down. And then straight halfway down. Push your sits bones away. And all the way down. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that sound. I don't know where that came from. Hold your calves and inhale. Exhale down. Bend both knees. Your hands are on either side of your foot. Spring your left foot back. High lunge. Now this time we're going to do a little stretch in those hamstrings. So breathe in, heart forward. And then exhale, up on your heel, toes up, forehead towards your knee. We're going to hold it there, bend your elbow. And then with the breath, breathe in, forward, inhale, push your back heel. If this is hard for you, just bring this knee down and do it. Okay? And exhale, straight. Come back to your inhale, drop your knee down. Arms out, reach up, bend, open to think of 3 things you're grateful for today, in this moment. I've got nature and you and the ocean right behind me. So the ocean reminds me that everything is about transformation and letting go. Ah, and the bird. Oh, that was 4. All right. Hands on either side. Lift your knee back up. Back to plank. 3 breaths. Downward dog. If you want, you can do a little dog walking to get those hips, or just stay in your dog. Up on your toes, bend your knees, push your hips back, look at your thumbs, push your shoulders together. And then next exhale, you're going to bring that left foot right between your hands. Breathe in, heart forward. Breathe out, straighten toes up. Hold it. Then with the breath, and again, you can put that right knee down if that's easier. And then straighten. Forward, drop your knee, open up your arms, do a little back bend as you bend, remember what you're grateful for. Alright, slowly down, knee back up, take another breath, bring your right to meet your left, grab your big toes between your index and middle fingers and just pull yourself down. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Forehead towards your knee. While you're in this position, just bend your right knee and hold it for a breath. And then your left. And then both. And swing your arms back behind you, then push the air up. Do a little back bend. Bend to your heart. Take a breath. I'm feeling the need to do at least one balance posture today. I think a balanced posture day might be the thing for all of us to be doing right now. Because I've said this many times, but I'll say it again. When you're in a balanced pose, you're completely focused. You're looking at something in front of you. You might be, look at a piece, a design in the wood, a floor that you're looking at, or a picture on your wall, but something stationary that you can focus on. And when you're focused, you're not thinking about anything. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? So I'm going to take my book, your block, just put it in front of me in case I need it. Start with your left foot forward, and your right foot's going to stay on your right toes, bending your front knee and bringing your arms forward. So this may be enough for you. Bring out those toes back and lean forward, keeping your back flat. So that might be enough. Yeah. But if you're able to, start to come up a little higher on your toes. Ground that left foot. It's a little hard in the sand, so if I fall over, you'll know why. And lift into warrior 3. Next exhale, you're going to drop your hands down onto your book into standing split. Lift up your leg and drop your forehead towards you. If you need to, you can bend your knee. Take another breath and bend your knee. Bring your hands on either side of that foot. Well, not quite. On either side of the mat, on your fingertips. And then bend your knee. And see if you can bring your knee up and your arms up. It's a little hard in the sand here. Looking at that stationary thing in front of you. And then slowly come down. And if you can either come down or go back to your warrior. Drop your toes down. Bring your arms out and up. Now you're in standing lunge. Do a little back bend. And then to your heart. Take another breath. Move away the sand. Try it on your right. I'll come this way. I think you can see me better. I've got my book or my block in case I need it. Ground your right and bring your left toes back as far forward as far back as you can. But get yourself grounded and look at that stationary thing in front of you. Something on your floor, your wall. I'm looking at a little design in the sand. All right, bring your arms forward and lean forward. That may be enough for you. If you can, come up a little higher. I don't know if it's going to work. There we go. And lift into your warrior three. I'm going to fall. And when you're ready, come all the way down onto your fingertips or onto the block and lift that leg up. Bend your elbows, forehead towards you. One more breath. Then bend your knee and see if, ground that foot. You can come all the way up, your knee up and your arms up. You have your choice here. Stay here or bring your hands to your heart. Back to warrior three. Back to your toes down. Open up your arms. Reach up. Standing lunge. Hands to your heart. Both feet facing forward. Sorry, I don't often do balance postures on the sand, and you know why now. All right, but you got the general idea. Arms out. Reach up. Drop your left hand right between your shoulders and just lean over. And both arms up. And lean over. And both arms up, doing a back bend. And then to your heart, take a breath. All right, gonna come back onto your backs. Just for a couple more things. And so we did some stretching of your hamstrings, and you have your strap. So we're gonna use it again, or your strap or your scarf. So extend your left leg down and bring your right knee in and just grab your knee and do a little circle. Then put the strap on just below the ball of your foot and straighten that leg, bringing it towards your head. Now we're going to engage the core a little bit. So cinch your waist, lift your tailbone, and start to lift that left leg just high enough so that you feel it in your core. Whatever works for you. You might bring it halfway up, you might bring it 6 inches up, but I'm really thinking about cinching my waist. Tuck your chin, and if you can't keep your head down, then put something under it. And then grab the strap with your left hand and bring that leg over to the side. Now if you need to keep your leg on the floor, then do it. Keep your tailbone lifted. And back to center. And leg a little out. Now again, your leg could be down if that is easier on your back, or lift it up to get your pull. See how low you can get that leg without touching, and then come back. Oh, I'm getting the most beautiful view. I'm sending it to you telepathically. Clouds and almost like navy blue coming through the clouds. All right, bring both knees in. Circle on your back. Extend your right. Strap on your left. Or you can hold if you don't have a strap, just grab your hamstring, okay? Now push your sacrum in and lift that leg up. getting a 2-for-1 here. You get your hamstring with your left and your core. Grab the strap with your right and pull across. So you can keep that right leg down if that's easier for you. I'm sort of getting my core at the same time. And then switch. Right arm comes over to the side, left leg. Now lift that tailbone, right? So you're really engaging and not hurting your back. Or keep that leg down. Both legs up. And this time, just bring your left, right to meet your left. And again, if you don't have a strap, just hold your calves or your hamstrings and bring those legs towards your head. Did a lot on the hamstrings today. Ooh. Get the sand off your face, move your strap, and bend your knees. Bring your feet on, your hands onto your feet, and rock into happy baby. If you want, you can bring your feet together and just push away the calves, rocking side to side. Bring your knees down, arms to the side, feet as wide as the mat, rock side to side. Or together. Drop them all the way to your right and look left and hold it for a breath. And then switch. Hold that for a breath. And then straighten everything out. Or keep your knees bent if that's better for your back. And feel yourself letting everything go. Imagine you are where I am at this beach and that the sand is beneath you, molding your body and just totally supporting you fully.